This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Michael Conlan over Zoom. Mick, how are you doing?
All good, mate. All good. Just getting ready to get a training session done. So looking forward to it.
Edging ever so closer to fight night back in Belfast as well. How excited are you to get back out in front of your fans, in front of a crowd?
I'm very excited. Belfast is home, and I've been over here in England doing training camp for the last 12 whatever weeks. And it's been long. So I'm just looking forward to getting back home and getting back into that arena. Where I was last there 2019, and it's just an amazing atmosphere, an amazing crowd, an amazing place. So I can't wait.
Mick, for yourself, how difficult has it been to stay motivated through the pandemic because of maybe a lack of opportunities or having to slow down the progress of your own career and being away from your family back home?
Oh, it's always hard. But listen, the pandemic is no different than normal life, really, for me, because as a fighter, you're always in training camp. You're always away from your family, and it's a bit shit not having fights lined up and stuff. But I've been fortunate enough where I've got out twice during the pandemic. I should have been more, only I got injured, and it's just the way it is, the way things roll, and you just gotta keep going, keep focused, and I've stayed focused. I've kept in the gym and I've kept training, so I'm happy enough.
TJ Doheny, the man in the opposite corner to you next weekend.
Yeah.
How big of a fight is that for Ireland?
I don't know about Ireland. I've been hearing people say it's the biggest Irish fight in a long, long time. So it must be kind of big, but for me, it's the biggest fight of my career. The toughest challenge of my career, and in no way or no means necessary am I underestimating TJ.
So let's touch on that. When you are both in the ring, how are you expecting it to play out stylistically?
I think there'll be a bit of everything in it. I think there could be a chess match at times. I think at times it'll be rugged and rough, but I believe in every department I can answer the questions which need to be answered.
I know you've spoken openly about your desires to challenge for world honours in the near future, Michael.
Yeah.
So win against TJ next weekend. What do you think? What type of message do you think that sends out to the rest of the super bantamweight division?
I don't. To be honest, I don't give two fucks what kind of message it sends out. I just give any care that I win, and I don't care what way I win as long as I win. And I know my next fight. I'm already mandatory for WBO. That fight between Stephen Fulton and Figueroa happens, September 11th. So, I'll have a keen eye on that. But first, I've got to handle business, and before I think of anything, before I think of any world honors, I'm fully focused on TJ, and I know how tough of a man he is, how hard of a challenge it may be, and I've got to be my best. So I don't care about any messages. I don't care what happens next. What happens on August 6th is the only thing that matters.
I'm going to push you. I know you've just said you don't want to look beyond August 6th, but obviously with what is at stake, that WBO status, like you mentioned, what do you make of it, first and foremost, Figueroa versus Fulton?
Fantastic fight. After Figueroa's last performance, I actually I'm a bit swayed now. I don't know who wins. Before I was full on Fulton will win. I'm very confident. I actually thought Neary was going to beat Figueroa, but he upset the apple cart and pulled out a stunning victory. So you can't write that man off. You can't write any of those guys off. A fantastic fight. One I'll watch with great attention.
I'm asking, well, what's kind of the mood in camp like at the minute? Some fights coming up with everybody. I know Shannon Zach unfortunately just got out of her. Josh Kelly just getting back himself. What's the mood like around camp?
Yeah, it's great. We're having fun here as always. It's my last tough week. I finished my last with a sparring. Now I'm just starting to tick down towards 122, 124. and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an exciting night, an exciting fight. These are the times where it just starts to get long, and just wish it was fight night. And that's where I'm at the minute. As you can see, I'm pretty wee bit moody, but that's just because the fight is ticking closer, and I'm itching. I'm itching to get in there. I had a fantastic preparation, fantastic sparring throughout the training camp. I had a Filipino kid over, and it was the perfect sparring, I believe. And now I'm just looking forward to getting in there and doing the business.
Just a couple more from me then, Mark, because I know you're going to want to shoot off. One thing I haven't had a chance to speak to you about, as we've only just had a chance to catch up, is Carl Frampton's retirement. I know he's a good friend of yours. Just kind of reflecting on what he's achieved and bowing out with that herring loss, kind of reflect on his influence for you.
Yeah, listen, Carl's a massive influence on me and every fighter from Belfast. His achievements speak for themselves, and I think that's in world boxing. His achievements speak for themselves. So, he's an inspiration, a great man, a great role model, and someone who can hold his head high and walk away from the game, laughing. So, I'm delighted for him, delighted for him, his wife Christine, who has been wanting to retire for a long time, and now the time has came, and I hope they have a happy life forever.
And just one fight I want to get your thoughts on below kind of your level, but down at domestic level. Brad Foster versus Jason Cunningham for the British and Commonwealth titles when it does happen. Let's get your take on it.
Good fight, very, very good fight. Brad's up and coming. Jay's been around for a long time. Jay's a former opponent of mine, and actually one of my sparring partners for the last few fights. Not for this one, unfortunately, because he had his own fight coming up. But yeah, he's a great man. I was delighted to see him, do so well against Gamal, and I'm friends with Gamal too. I'm actually friends with all of them. I don't really know, but I don't know Brad Foster, but I'm friends with those two guys. So I was upset for one and happy for the other, but yeah, I think it's a great fight. I think. Listen, Foster's up and coming kid, but I think Jason has the edge in that one. He's got a bit of momentum, and I think his confidence is probably at an all-time high. So, he looks to be in a great position at the minute, and I would lean towards him.
Right. Mick, we will leave that there now. Leave to get on with your session and
cheers, Andi. Come on, mate.
Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Take care, mate.